Blessings, family. Welcome to another video. This is Lady B Unstoppable, and in this video, I'll be mentioning three main things. The first one is regarding the whole Tivoli incident with the student, and that's a very sensitive topic, so I'm gonna tread very lightly. Also, I'll be talking about the police commissioner, Major General Anthony Anderson, his report regarding the quadruple slash triple MURDER of persons of interest, or persons of interest regarding that. I know I'm a little bit late, but better late than never. All right, so basically what's been going around regarding the situation with that student and the teacher. I've been following it. I just have not been doing much on YouTube regarding to that. And I'm gonna go ahead and touch a little bit on it right now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and look at the official report regarding the incident, allegedly, or the alleged official report. Um, so basically, as an incident happened at the school, and I've heard a couple sides. I've heard the teacher side, and I've also heard the student side, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do an overview of the entire thing. Not gonna give much of an opinion in this video. So basically, the president of the Jamaica Teacher Association, whose name is Winston Smith, says the incident regarding the male student and the teacher is really a concern. Now, basically, he's saying that they need to look at how the students behave today, and he is calling on the parents to kind of be more involved in the students' life, to give counseling to their students or to their children. And he's basically saying that you know it shouldn't be okay for a student to feel like they can just attack an adult. you know he was speaking during an interview with a specific media on Tuesday, right? That a Tuesday we're gone, you know and address the video. I'm trying to paraphrase, I'm not trying to read verbatim. And basically, based on the video with the student and the teacher that was out, which you know the student was allegedly charged for assaulting the teacher. All right. Now, allegations are that on Monday, the teacher instructed the student to leave the room. They were seen engaged in a tussle based on the video that's going around. Um, Basically, the teacher was trying to remove the student from the classroom, allegedly, and it's alleged that the student was shoved. We call it push or shove or whatever. Now, during this standoff, it was reported that the teacher was assaulted and treated for injuries. This does not look good for the society, says the president of the association, the JTA. It is telling us that we are bordering on ethical moral decay if we haven't totally decayed already. While expressing grave concern about the safety of educators and specifically those at the Tivoli Gardens High School in Kingston, Smith said all is not lost, and he basically said, things can be recovered once the Ministry of Education, PTA, and all of those involved see a need to transform the society. And he's saying they need to reimagine or re-engineer, reposition themselves to restore the fabric and fiber of the society, or else, it's not gonna look good. Meanwhile, Smith said preliminary information presented to him suggested that the accused teacher was suspended. And I also saw another some report where the parent said that is not correct. So there are things going around there, allegations, and you know, sometimes it's kind of harsh or hard to decipher the correct scenario. What the allegations are is that the young man was suspended and came around the campus selling some, contraband. Allegedly, the teacher spoke to him and he attacked the teacher. And that's what the JTA president said, based on what he heard. All right. Now, the Minister of Education also had this to say, and basically, my question is, and I've been asking this question for a while now, and I hope this video can get to some persons who can think about what I'm saying. I don't know if it's been done, but my question is, what is put in place to accommodate these students who have lost over 2 years of schooling? What is put in place in terms of SES, social and so in my school we call it SES, social emotional lessons. SEL, I'm so sorry, SEL. In the no school vibes, cause today the last day of school. So guess what now is like me stop think school, man. But me know Jamaica them now get out till July, so me still have a lot for kind of cover basically when it come on to YouTube. Anyway, yes, so what I was saying is I had this question: what is put in place in terms of social, emotional strategies? What is in place for not just students, but what is in place for teachers and students to handle so certain issues? Are there lessons in place? Because as I said in a video I did way back, um, here we have lessons in place. We have social emotional lessons that deals with how to handle stress, how to handle bullying, how to handle a lot of whole variety of stuff. There's actually a program that is can be purchased, that can be used. So these are things that they need to think about, because we already know that students lost 2 years of um being around, knowing how to act in a situation, in terms of problem solving, strategies. Some of these things need to be taught. Some of these things need to be taught, and I don't want to say a lot, but I know that sometimes we as parents, we are not equipped with certain things to teach these things. So we rely on the school. And when I said we, I'm just being general of parents. I mean, excluding those who are educators and they know where to get resources, but the general parents, general public who don't know where to find resources, what is in place? What is in place in the school system in Jamaica to provide those social and emotional lessons? And these are some of the things that probably it's not like me need to do a podcast. Anyway, these are the things that probably is contributing to these things, because some of these situations, um, you know, they need to be taught how to handle certain things. There need to be models put in place, things that you're supposed to do, things that you're not supposed to do. You model the good behavior, you model the bad behavior, and then you decide this is a good behavior. So I mean, any educator or anybody can understand what I'm saying. Sometimes we have to model these things and we have to teach these things, because, as I said, the gap is a large gap, is a large 2 year gap of a social and emotional deficit in these students. So that's something that I think you know should be addressed. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way I can, get these things across. Anyway, moving on, the education minister Fayval Williams is urging the nation's teachers to remain resolute in the face of what she described as lewd, crude, highly unacceptable behavior from some students. And I like the way that they say some, because it's not all. Williams' comments were clear reference to one of the latest incident that took place um, between a student and a teacher at the Tivoli Gardens High School. Allegedly, right, the senior teacher sustained injuries from the encounter and had to seek medical attention. And basically, they mentioned that the students were slapped with charges. I know it must be severely demotivating for our teachers who have to deal with the rising menace of violent attacks on them by some students who are demonstrating serious signs of antisocial and other types of maladjustments, Williams said. She also added that it must be disheartening to see videos on social media with students exhibiting behaviors that are totally inconsistent with what they are being taught within the precincts of the classroom. She is also urging teachers not to lose faith and to be positively motivated, to help build for nation building, which caused most of them to enter the education sector initially. She's also encouraging teachers to draw on their reserves at present. It's like it's a it is a way in which they she really want them to be powerful influencers in the society, and that is pretty much, she said, leading the kids astray. Some of these influencers glorify vice as virtue and prop up disrespect as something to celebrate. We cannot allow these forces. So she's calling on the teachers to, give their all, um, want those forces to be nullified by the education stakeholders who are working to see that children of this country thrive and realize their full potential. But there's one thing where she mentioned about the antisocial and other types of maladjustments, and this is where the social emotional lessons or strategies comes in, where these kids are taught. That is a totally different, that's a totally different lesson in addition to or math or reading or science, social studies. That's like a different subject. So if they do it right, this it probably can help to address those situations. Now I'm gonna touch on one more, because basically I'm doing this video really because it's gonna take forever to upload and forever to um you know just forever to upload. So I'm just doing this video this way, so you know YouTube do the work for me. All right, so this one is from the Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson. And basically, what they're saying is that three persons were identified as persons of interest in two separate mass SHOOTINGS in Spanish Town and Kingston East on Sunday. And they were all on bail in connection to other crimes. That's what the police high command revealed. The police also pointed out that two individuals who had been identified as the main suspects behind the quadruple um KILLING in Tavares Penn Railway Lane in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The KILLING has been described as a continuation of GANG conflict, according to the police commissioner. They have put out persons of interest and they're previously charged with MURTER as one has absconded that the other reported on bail. Anyway, ahead of the press conference, the police identify Neville Butler, 27 of Old Harbour Road, St. Catherine, and Damian Davis, otherwise called Wasi or Spinball of St. John's Bay, St. Catherine, as persons of interest. In the St. Catherine Division, North Division had given them until 5 p.m. Tuesday, June 7th, which was a couple of days ago, to surrender. I'm not sure what the situation is with that. I'll just have to probably follow up to see if they actually surrendered. The four men were lost their lives in a SHOOTING incident, are all from Spanish Town addresses and have been identified as 21-year-old Ricardo Moore, otherwise called Blocks, 21-year-old Kurt Barrett, otherwise called Mikey, both of Railway Lane, 28-year-old Horace Letman of Oxford Road, and 34-year-old Desmond Bloomfield of Elderslie Penn. A fifth person was also injured in the incident, and in the meanwhile, in the case of the Kingston East Triple MURDER, which also occurred on Sunday night, but enough things are going on, I miss out on it. A person of interest has been identified. He is a man who is previously charged with and is currently on bail. That's what the commissioner said again. The victims of the GUN attack in Pleasant View, Bull Bay, St. Andrew were identified as 26-year-old Kevin Bonefield, otherwise called Killy of Lord Jesus. Whitehall, St. Thomas, 29-year-old Arville Hermit, otherwise called Mr. Bean of Pleasant View, Bull Bay, and St. Andrew, 55-year-old Earl Jackson, otherwise called Presley of Pleasant View, Bull Bay. All right, reports are that 12:10 p.m. the three men were at a section of the road when they were approached by a group of armed men who opened fire, hitting them. All right, so that is an update regarding the situation of the persons of interest. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and drop a like on this video, drop a share, and also if you're new to the channel, why don't you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know whenever I go live or whenever I upload another video. I will be um yeah. Anyway, guys, have a good night and stay safe.